Hello everyone, welcome back to my Whiteout Survival YouTube channel. Now I'm back to Whiteout Survival game after 2 to 3 months of break, especially because I have lots of steps going on in my real life situations. I have to study, I have an exam, and also I have some part-time work. So I cannot log in to Whiteout Survival, and I cannot create and upload new videos for my fans and viewers for a while. So now I'm back, and I really want to apologize to everyone who is expecting new Whiteout Survival contents from me. Okay, so in today's video, as usual, I'm going to talk and explain about my hero series, especially Generation 9. Okay, so in Generation 9, there are three new heroes, which is Magnus, infantry hero, Fred from Lucky We, which is a lancer hero, and Sura from the King of Ice Field or SBS event, which is a marksman. So in general, Generation 9 is a little bit separate generation in my opinion compared to Generation 8, which is the previous generation, and also compared to the upcoming generation, Generation 10, which is a really good All-Star generation. So because Generation 9 is sandwiched between Generation 8 and Generation 10, the heroes are not that extremely strong and make a very good impact for the long-term growth of your whiteout survival journey. Okay, so now I'm going to explain a little bit about each hero and which heroes that you should invest if if you feel to miss certain heroes in Generation 8, or if you don't have enough general militias to invest in upcoming Generation 10 heroes. Okay, so let's start with Magnus, which is an infantry hero in Gen 9. So in my opinion, Magnus is a decently strong infantry hero, especially for you know PvP, who are a little bit more inclined to marksman's troops ratio and marksman stats. He's a good choice of infantry because this his Magnus expedition scale works really well with marksman's troops. And the another thing is he is also some useful as a bear joiner for bear purpose, as well as you can even use him instead of Hector as an alternative infantry. But still, according to my experience, after new update, Hector is really buff for the bear purpose. So Magnus can no longer compete with Hector for the main infantry hero for free-to-play players. And for arena exploration purpose, this Magnus is a little bit more like a damage dealing type infantry. So he is not very much tanky. So if you want to put him in the front spot in arena, you should really be careful. Without significant sets of strong infantry gears, Magnus can easily die in the front row without making significant impact because his infantry type is not tanker or not you know uh, dual type. Dual type mean tanking but and damage dealing, but he is more like a pure massive damage dealer. So you need a strong start of infantry, as well as you can also consider using Magnus as a in the back row as a damage dealing infantry type in your arena setup. Okay, and the scales wise, for the Magnus case, for the expedition, The first one is a bear joiner skill, which increase friendly troops attack, and the second one is buffing your infantry's defense, and it's a 10-base skill, so somewhat making your infantries strong in PvP. And the third one is, uh, you know, it's also buffing the infantry and marksmen, buffing the infantry defense and boosting the marksman's attack or damage by percentage depending on your level. So, and for the exploration, the first one is like, uh, it's an attack skill which will attack nearby enemies every 0.5 seconds. And the second one is also a X throw scale, throwing X scale which will deal damage as well as reduce the target's damage taken. So not that bad in my opinion. But still, for the arena setup or arena lineup, I don't normally usually like these kinds of only damage dealing infantry because as I have mentioned in my previous video, the main role of the infantry in arena is always about tanking because he doesn't necessarily need to do the damage because the backline, your backline marksmen always be main damage dealer. So the role of the infantry in arena or exploration setup is always to tank and absorb damage. But for that purpose, Magnus is not that much of a very good tanky infantry in my opinion. You know, compared to the Generation 8 Gatok or compared to the upcoming Generation 10 Gregory. And the third scale is also like increasing damage. So it's okay scale, I would say. Now let's talk about the exclusive gear. So the first one is also uh, a little bit, make Magnus a little bit tanky because of this widget exploration scale because it increase, the defense bonus and reduce the incoming damage. So not too bad. I mean like making the damage dealing infantry into a little bit of more dual type tankiness for arena purpose because of this widget exploration scale. But still, uh, investing for the Magnus, since he is a Hall of Hero heroes, you will need to invest quite a lot of general militias, to make him 4 stars, and even for 5 stars, you will need at least 1075 shots, so which is really expensive as a free-to-play player or low spender. Okay, so now let's talk about the next Lancer hero Fred, which is a legendary hero. So it's very easily achievable by spinning the legendary as long as you have enough gems or diamonds. Fred is basically the weakest hero in Gen 9 in my opinion for all purposes. But still, since he is a legendary hero, all free-to-play players and low spenders can easily build and get Fred without, spending money or without a sweat. So decently, a good choice, especially if you miss Generation 8 Sonya as a Lancer. I mean like for most free-to-play players and low spenders, if you don't have Sonya, you should invest in this Gen 9 Lancer Fred because Gen 10 Lancer, even though Gen 10 Lancer Freya is a very strong and good Lancer hero, it's very costly because it's a Hall of Hero heroes. So, for most free-to-play players and low spenders, they will have some difficulty getting Generation 10 Freya as a Lancer hero. So you should invest Fred if you are going to miss Gen 10 Freya, so that Fred can carry you up to the Generation 9, 10, maybe up to 11 period until you get another good, decently good alternative, replacement Lancer hero. Okay. So scale wise, I mean, like, in my opinion, Fred is a little bit more strong or stronger in expedition rather than the exploration. And as usual, Gen 9 is a little bit of a mix. I mean, like, misfavorism toward the troop types, especially for expedition. I mean, the Fred makes Lancer troops really strong because of his expedition scale, but the problem is the other two heroes, Sura and Magnus, they are a little bit more inclined to favor the marksman type troops and marksman type ratio in PvP battle. Okay, so I'm not going to detailedly read all the scales. You can check out by yourself, and you can read the effects by yourself. Okay, and for the widget exploration scale, it increased Fred's attack as well as his defense. So, uh, because of this widget exploration scale, Fred can be used as a alternative uh, alternative tanking hero in the front row, even though he is a Lancer, because his defense is quite strong due to his exploration scale as well as this widget exploration scale. Okay. So people who do not have 2 infantry in Gen 9 arena setup, you can consider using Friend as the one of the frontline heroes in arena exploration setup. And now let's talk about the Generation 9 Sura, which is the only hero that I invest in Gen 9, mainly because I'm an arena focused player. And if you don't have Sura in Gen 9, you're gonna really suffer a lot in your arena battles, even up to Generation 9, 10, 11, because Sura is extremely strong in arena lineup. Mainly because of this first exploration scale, which is the life dance, is a very good healing scale to all your friendly heroes. So which makes your frontline tankers extremely strong and durable and survivable. And the another strong scale is his widget exploration scale, which increase your highest damage ally damage for 4 seconds. So if you pair the Sura with Bradley, which is a very strong high explosive area effect damage dealer in arena, the combo is really strong. As well as in upcoming Gen 10 and 11, you can pair Sura with Gen 10 Freya, which is a very strong Lancer also in arena, as well as in Gen 11 you can pair Sura with Gen 11 Marksman, which also is a very strong marksman in arena lineup. Okay, so investing in Sura in Gen 9 will be very useful for at least 2 to 3 generations in arena or exploration lineup for you. So I think it's a worthy hero, especially if you can get top 3 in King of ISP or SPS. You will get free shots of Sura, and you can invest a little bit of extra general ability shots to make him 4 stars or 4.5 stars. You don't necessarily need full 5 stars. As long as it's over 4 stars, it will be really helpful for your arena lineup. Alright, so now I'm going to make a little bit of summary about the Generation 9 heroes. First of all, Gen 9 heroes, they are separate because they are sandwiched between Generation 8 and Generation 10, both of which are All-Star generations. So you can skip Gen 9 heroes if you have a plan for the next upcoming Generation 10, or if you have missed Generation 8 Sonya, you can consider investing in Generation 9 Lancer Fred as the only hero as a free-to-play player, so that you will have a good Lancer, a decent Lancer hero, not the very best, but the decent Lancer hero to carry you up to generation 9, 10, 11 period, okay? Until you get a replacement Lancer. And if you are arena focused, you should definitely invest in Sura, which is a extremely strong healing type and buffing type marksman, which not only heals your frontline tankers, but also boosts your backline damage dealer, which is really strong in my opinion. And if you are bear focused, if you want to focus more on the bear damage or bear joining squad, you can consider investing in the Magnus, but I do not recommend it just for that purpose. Because, you know, for in the next generation, you will get more, cheaper and easily achievable bear joiner heroes. Without having to spend a lot of general editions like you have to invest in Magnus. Okay, so alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video until the end. And now I'm a little bit relaxed and free, so maybe I will try to create more informative and knowledgeable videos about Whiteout survival in next upcoming weeks. Alright, so stay tuned and please check my channel regularly, at least once a week or maybe, twice a month, so that you can always check new and up-to-date Whiteout survival contents. Alright guys, see you in my next video. Bye!